Happy Monday. So I hope your week is off to a successful beginning and a happy beginning. Let me scooch back a little bit. So it is Monday Motivation, Healing Journey Reflections, and I have been doing these events. Well, I don't know if events, but these lives. Hi, hello. Hey, Brother Gifted. I'm glad you're here. You might be able to add to the conversation. So I have been doing these lives at 8:30 on Instagram or my Facebook group, but I have been doing a whole lot of pivots recently, and I have a course that I'm taking. It starts at 8:30, so I'm going to be doing these at least for the next month and a half. I'm going to be doing the Monday motivations around 7:30. So originally I was planning to share some thoughts on why affirmations don't work, which might sound strange being that I'm a confidence coach as well as a photographer, but I'm going to table that until next week, hopefully. So what I wanted to share about, hey, Living Inspired, good to see you. So what I want to share about instead is identity. So it's something that came up in yesterday. So, hello. So we have so many different layers to our identities, and sometimes things come up that we're not aware of. So it's so important, in my opinion, that we are kind of aware of ourselves, like that we are constantly in touch with how we're feeling, what we're thinking, and like actually conscious of this. Because if what passed through my mind yesterday, if that had happened to me maybe 3 years ago, I would have not questioned it. So in order for our identity to be healthy and to be healing and progressing in life, we have to be super conscious of our thoughts, our thought patterns, and we don't want to overthink it, of course. You know, there's no reason to go around overthinking and living in our heads. But it is good to question and ask ourselves, why did I think that? What made me think this? Because a lot of times, if we've grown up in a traumatic environment or different things have happened to us, just like even listening to society, things that our friends share with us or tell us about ourselves, partners in relationships, the work environment, so many things can kind of like warp our thoughts, and we kind of just become accustomed to like whatever society or our friends or our circle of influence, whatever it happens to be, we just kind of start thinking like them and don't actually start questioning them. So what happened is yesterday I went to a film festival and I was excited. and let me just say that overall I had a really good time. I enjoyed myself. But what happened is I was in a film, and I am an actress, but it's not something that I've thought about. So as a woman, I've thought about a lot what it means to be a woman, right? And healing from a traumatic event, right? I really spent a lot of time healing my identity, thinking about what it means to be a woman, how I feel about being a woman, how I want to be as a woman, right? So there are so many things that I've thought about that aspect of my identity. But we have identities on so many different levels. So while I feel that I, at this point, have a strong identity that's healthy as a woman, as an actress, there's something newer, and I had never thought about it before. So the film there were 4 films in the set. The film that I was in was the 3rd set, and then the director left. So by the end of the 4th set, there was no director. And when all 4, films ended, when the set ended, the host, hey, Kat's family, how are you? Good to see you. The host of the event was like, so does anyone want to come up and share about their experience in the film or whatever? And I didn't want to go up because my identity was like, well, if I'm just an actress, I'm not the director. I didn't want to go up and share anything really about myself. Hey, what's the vibe? How are you? I didn't really want to go up and share anything about myself as an actress because I felt like I was at a loss, right? It's like, well, where's the director? Anytime I've ever gone to a film festival, the director's always there. Like, I didn't want to go speak. I did go up with one of the other actresses in the film, and I was like, hi, I'm Beth. I played the role of Stella, right? So I briefly introduced myself, but that was the end of how I wanted to speak. And I thought about it. Even in the moment, I was like, why am I being so hesitant? Why am I not comfortable just at least sharing, a few sentences about myself as an actress and my process in this film? Why am I being so shy? So there could be, so many different reasons. But what I am realizing is that, as a businesswoman, I can get up and I can share about my business, right? I'm comfortable doing that. As a confidence coach, I am confident and comfortable, sharing tips with people, right? I'm comfortable speaking. But on this particular night, last night, as an actress, my identity, I realized, wasn't really that strong. My identity as an actress was kind of dependent on the director being there. Like, it was strange, and he wasn't there. So this is why I'm saying, like, our identities, there's so many layers. So what I want to encourage you all to do as you go through the week, just pay attention to how you're reacting in different situations. So I think that this is something that a lot of people who are successful in one area of their lives, they have a very strong identity, right? They're like, I can do this. They don't doubt it themselves. There's a lot of self-confidence. They take care of themselves in this area, right? They can advocate, they can speak up. But then in another area of their lives, they feel like they can't get a handle on it. So maybe that's you, maybe it's someone you know, but like I said, this is something that I have noticed, in my own life. I've noticed in other people's lives. I've had people say things in different ways where, like, one area we're really strong and the other we just are not certain about ourselves, and we're shy, and we go from like the extrovert to like almost like yesterday I was like the introvert. I didn't want to talk. So pay attention, like, as you go through the week and you're in different roles. Like, if you're just out and about on the street, hey, Mr. Goodheart, good to see you. Thanks for joining. So if you're out on the street, like, how are you comfortable with walking down the street? Great topic. I will never dare to do public speaking or live. Super shy here. Yes, but you know what? I am So if I can do a live, you can do a live, anyone can do a live, and I would challenge you to ask yourself why. Just like I was asking myself last night, like, why, as an actress, am I shy about speaking at an event, at a film festival, without the director? Like, why am I? It's not something I'm going to overthink, and I think that the best way, personally for me, to strengthen my identity in that aspect of myself, hey boo, hi Schneidine, is by continuing to act. And the more I develop myself as an actress, the stronger my identity will be in that area. So if it's speaking, you don't like your accent. But so if it's speaking, just do it. And the more you do it, starting small, right? The more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more natural it becomes. But yes, and I know we sometimes overthink ourselves. Like, a lot of people don't like hearing the sound of their voice or their accent. So actually, that is something that so many people struggle with. And so be encouraged by that. It's like actually a common thing. But yes, practice. Yes, Nadine, practice. And we just have to continue to do it. And as we continue to do it, we learn more about ourselves. We can grow in confidence in that the more we do it. So yes, like Schneidine said, practice. So yes, so I think, like I was saying, hey, how are you, Eves? So as I was saying, like, there's so many different layers to our identities. So when you're going through your week, think about, like, you're walking down the street. What is your attitude when you're walking down the street? Do you make eye contact with people? Do you not? Do you say hi, initiate saying hi, or do you wait for others to say hi to you and then maybe ignore them, whatever it is? When you walk into either your office at work, or you are a businesswoman or man, right? Like, how are you showing up? How are you feeling? Like, what are the thoughts going through your mind there? Is it like different? Because like, I feel that how I walk down the street, my identity there is maybe a little different than how I show up in my business, which also might be a little bit different than how I showed up yesterday at a film festival, right? Here I'm like talking away. Yesterday I couldn't say anything besides hi. So just paying attention and thinking about like, why am I behaving this way in this particular situation? And why am I acting differently in this situation? And I think a lot of times people struggle with that disconnect in particular. And I know I have with like personal relationships, particularly like friendships versus romantic relationships, right? So why do I show up comfortable with my friends? And why do I show up here feeling awkward on a date? Why am I open with my best friend? And why am I closed with this man or woman that I have been on 20 dates with, right? Like, it's now been 3 months and I'm still like closed. So why am I showing up different in different places? And a lot of that is because, like, for whatever reason, our identity in that situation is not as healthy as it is in other situations. And so obviously, thinking about it, just being aware of how you're feeling, thinking, that is going to help you so much in knowing, where to go next. Just being aware of, your emotions, your feelings, and do it without judging yourself, right? So if the way I showed up yesterday, right, not wanting to like really talk much about myself as an actress, without the director being there, if that had happened to me 3 years ago, I would have probably either thought I was just normal for being shy, or I would have overthought it and beat myself up. So now it's not about like judging yourself and saying I should be this, or I should have done that, or I wish. It's just like, okay, this is how I felt. This is what I thought. Okay, so what can I do the next time I'm in this situation a little bit differently? How could I change that? So it's not like overthinking it and like beating yourself up, but it's just kind of being aware and then, coming up with a plan of, the next time I'm in public, I don't really want to be, I'm a little shy on being talkative, but I can just smile at someone, It's like a small step. And that's so funny because that's how we met though. We met at a restaurant. We were sitting across from each other and started talking. It was a good conversation. So yeah, it's just like one small step at a time and then just getting comfortable with that and then moving on. But of course, I am always happy to always, work with people, individually to like, talk through and, get different perspectives. You see? Yes. But yes, so I'm always happy. Like if any of you have any questions. Oh, hey, how are you? Rashida, good to see you. So if anyone, has any questions or would like to chat further, you can reach out to me and we can schedule, like a one-to-one chat, just to see how I could potentially help you further with, thinking things through. We are all struggling in all sorts of, in different areas. So no one in the world who like may show up on social media or in an event looking like they've got it all together, no one has like every single aspect of themselves or their identity or their confidence perfect in all areas of their lives. So be encouraged that, all of us, we are all human. So we're all growing, we're all learning how to, move forward and level up in our lives. Any course in the city for people who wish to practice speaking? That's a good question. I know there are Toastmasters. I do not know if those are all virtual or if they are not. But there's also probably, I would suggest going on the Meetup site. And like go to Meetup site and look to see if there's any public speaking classes or practicing opportunities. So I would suggest Meetup. I would suggest looking into Toastmasters, and there is someone else. He is on my page. I don't know if Schneiding is still here, but it's actually her brother, I believe, Carl. It's under Young Executive. He also, I believe, is doing some public speaking work with people. So definitely that might be virtual. I'm not sure. But I can send you his info as well and let you know how to contact him. So what are you sharing? Oh, so what was I sharing about this evening? I was sharing about identity, and I was sharing about how there's like different levels of our identity. So it's not just like all one flat thing. And that's kind of like it in a nutshell. I don't want to like have to go through the whole thing from the beginning, but you can check. I'm going to save this on my Instagram live, so you can, oh, Schneider, you're still here. So I am going to share it on my Instagram live, so you can always go back and watch the replay. But I had an experience last night where I was not feeling comfortable and confident, and so that was what inspired me to talk about identity and the different layers of that we have within ourselves. Does anyone have any other questions? You guys have asked some really good questions. All right, so if anything comes to mind, obviously you can just direct message me or even ask the question in the comments underneath this. But that is what I wanted to share for this evening. And so I will be back again next Monday. And all right, peace. Have a wonderful evening. Have a successful and peaceful rest of your week. Bye.